Okay, so the 10th of November 2021 paper. So this is the Unit 2 calculator. 17 questions in total, and let's just see how this goes. So on the first one, pretty straightforward. You need to solve 7x is equal minus 3 is equal to 11. So 7x is equal to 11 plus 3. So 7x is equal to 14, and then of course 14 divided by 7, x is equal to 2. Just out of interest, again, I'm only showing you these tricks for the calculator, but the class will solve this for you as well. So you go 7x minus 3 alpha, push the calc button, equals 11. Then shift solve. So push the calc button again. And if you push equals, and there you go, x is equal to 2. So the calculator will do this for you. Just be careful that there'll be some questions where you might have to show your work in, okay? So on the next one, you have to work out, well, 3 times 5.8 plus 2 lots of minus 3.7. And put that on your calculator, and you should get 10 as an answer. Right, so one of these fractions can be written as a recurring decimal. Circle this fraction. Well, all you got to do is take each fraction and just simply type her in. 117 over 234. It's 0.5. That's not terminating. And you just keep on going through every single one of them, okay? And then you will find that the one which is a recurring decimal. I just realized I put the number in there, the wrong number in. There we go. It's that one there, okay? Which is 24 over 54. All the others will terminate, so there'll only be a few numbers after the decimal place. Which of the following numbers is a factor of 92? Circle your answer. Now another good trick again with this is just simply take your calculator, 92 divided by, let's say the first number, 31, equals. The answer is 2.96. To be a factor, it would be a whole number answer. So it can't be 31. I'll do one more. 92 divided by, let's say, 36. Again, it's 2.555. So 36 can't be a factor. So 92 divided by 23, and the answer is 4. That goes in exact, so the answer is 23. Which one of the following numbers is a multiple of 17? And you do the same thing, only this time you're going to divide these numbers by 17 until you get a whole number answer, okay? And I could tell you there will only be one of them, which is 1853 when divided by 17, and the answer is 109. So for example, if you did 2053 divided by 17, well, there you go. It's not a whole number, okay? So the answer to this question here is going to be 1853. Okay, so in this question, you're going to be assessed. So a company produces 440 boxes of paper clips each day. Each box contains between 320 and 330 paper clips. Calculate the approximate total number of paper clips produced in 200 days. Give your answer to the nearest 10 million. You must show all of your working. Right. So this is an approximation question. So I want you to picture the scenario that you have got a company that produces 440 boxes of paper clips per day. Each box contains between that and that. So it doesn't actually tell us how much that's going to be, okay? I think what I would do here is I would go, well, 440, because there's the boxes each day, in 200 days. So times 200 times. Now, the thing is, you need to think of a number that can go between, that is best representative of 320 and 330, because it's an estimation. So what I would do is I probably would call it 325. Then what I would do is I would just go in and calculate it, 440 times 200 times 325, which gives you an answer of 28,600,000. So it gives you an answer of 28,600,000. So let me recap quickly what I've got done here. 440 is the number of boxes per day. 200 is 200 days. And the 325 is the fact that I am approximating the total number, because it's between 320 and 330. So I've just taken the middle number, okay? 325 to play safe. Now they want the number to the nearest 10 million. So it's obviously I have an answer here of 28 million and 600,000. So we can't round up to 10 millions here. Hang on a second. I'll do that again. Yes, I can, sorry. So, because it's 28,600,000. Well, 28 to the nearest 10 is going to be 30. So the final answer is going to be 30 million paper clips. So 30 numbers are recorded in the group frequency table below. It is decided that the same 30 numbers should be recorded in a table with larger groups. So the new table is shown below. And then you've got to fill this table in, okay? So it's asking you what's going to go in the first box. So 4A, what's the smallest possible frequency of the 1 to 30 group? So let's just have a look at this again. So we've got 30 numbers are recorded in a group frequency table below. So 1 to 20, there was 3, 21 to 40, there was 8, and so on and so on and so on, okay? It is decided that the same 30 numbers should be recorded in a table with larger group widths. This new table is shown below, but only one frequency has been given. Now, the reason that is 12 is because 6 from 61 to 100 is going to be 12. But we need 1 to 30 and then 31 to 60. So 1 to 30, what's the smallest possible frequency in the 1 to 30 group? Well, the smallest possible frequency would have to be 3. And the reason that that's the case is we know that from 1 to 30, we've already got 3 in the 1 to 20 category. But even though they've got 8 here, we don't know what that 8 represents. It could be the numbers 36, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and so on and so on, okay? But when you think about this now, it would have to be, I assume that the numbers are not repeated, because if you've got the numbers from 31 to 40, or from 21 to 40, then that would mean to say that there is 11 numbers less than 10 numbers from 21 to 31, which means that the 8 could actually be from 31 and above. So that's why we can't say for certain that anything can be added to that group there. So what we now need to do is we need to consider the following then, okay? Well, what's the next number going to be? Well, for the next number, 31 to 60, we know this goes up to 60, which is 7. And then, of course, add on the 8, and the answer is going to be 15. So that's got to be 15 there. So a camera was switched on at 21:45 on the 20th of March 2021. It was left continuously filming until the battery ran out. The battery lasted for exactly 2 days and 10 hours. At what time and on which date did the battery run out? Okay, so a really good trick with this, I'm not sure if many of you are aware of this, but your calculator has a time function on it. So 21, 45. So you push this button for the hours and again for the minutes. I'm now going to add on 10 hours. So plus 10 hours and 0 minutes. Okay. And if you do that, well, we know there's 24 hours in a day. So if you imagine this now, if you take 24 away from that 31, then the answer to that is going to be 7:45 a.m. So we know it's going to be 7:45 a.m. on the 21st, but now we need to go another 2 days forward. So the time that the battery's going to run out is going to be 07:45. When I added on that 10 hours, that took me to the 21st of March, and 2 days is going to be the 23rd of March. And then Helen says 15 miles is nearly 25 kilometers. Is she correct? Okay, so the conversion here is that 5 miles is approximately 8 kilometers, okay? So 5 can go into 15 3 times. So 8 times 3 is equal to 24 kilometers. So you could say, well, yes, it's nearly 25. Or you could say, no, it's only 24, depending on how harsh you want to be. But the main thing is they just need to see this conversion and some attempt at changing the miles to kilometers. So there's a yes and a no answer to this question, but just use your answer there to support that, okay? So question 6, ABCD and PQRS are both squares. So AB is equal to 9 centimeters, so I know that's 9. So that must be 9, 9, 9. The shaded area is 32 centimeters squared. So all of this here is 32 centimeter squared. So they want you to work out the length of PQ. So if the shaded area, no, actually we'll start again. So the area of the big square is going to be 9 times 9, which is going to be 81 centimeter squared. We know that the shaded area is 32, so 81 minus 32, which gives you an answer of 49 centimeter squared. So now I know for a fact that this here must be 49 centimeter squared. So if I square root this now, 49, this will allow me to work out the length of each side of the square here. And the answer to that is going to be 7. So the answer is 7 centimeters. Just put that into your calculator. You know what to do. I'm not going to insult your intelligence or waste your time by putting that on the screen. But I am looking for 1, 1.422 when rounded up, okay? And then, slightly different way of them asking this. I think they're just trying to see, can use the calculator properly here. So it's 17.5%. What I would do is 17.5% times 1600. That's 280. Minus the square root of 8,000, which is 40 root 5. Now they want the answer to correct to the nearest whole number. So I would just do 280, subtract the answer that you just had there now, and you get 190.55 as an answer, okay? But they want it to the nearest whole number, so it's going to be 191. So Geraint is running a game in a school fair. So it's the probability of just choosing a ball, I would assume. Well, straight away, we know this got to add up to 1. So that gold must be 0.1. So in the game, each person pays £2 to choose a ball. The ball is then returned to the box. If the person wins, you pay out £3. If the person wins, if the person, I'll say this again, sorry, I'm just being dumb and rushing as always. If the person picks a silver ball, he wins £3. If the person chooses a gold ball, they win £8. There is no prize for choosing a bronze. So 100 people each play the game once. How much profit would you expect Geraint to make? Okay, so let's start from the beginning here then. How much money is he going to take? Well, 100 times £2 a game. So it's £200. So the question now is this: how much are they going to pay out? Well, to work out the probabilities, you multiply that by 100, which is 22, and times that by £3, because it's £3 if you pick up a silver one, which comes to 66. And it's the probability of gold times, again, 100. So I'm only expecting 10 people to choose gold. They're going to win £8. So 10 times 8 is going to be £80. Add those together. So we're expecting to pay out £146. So how much profit are you going to make? Well, it's just going to be 200 minus 146, which is going to be £54. The nth term of a sequence is given by 1.7n minus 3. It's really interesting how these exam boards are just coming out with a slight tweak to these nth term questions, okay? You don't see a decimal being used that often, but nothing changes. You still apply the same rules, okay, guys? So what's the first 3 terms? Okay, so I like to do this method. 1, 2, 3. You're just simply going to put those numbers into there, times by 1.7, and then take away 3. So 1.7 times 1 minus 3 will give you an answer of minus 1.3. So I'll put the first one out, minus 1.3. And it just repeats. Put 2 in, you get 0.4. And then you put 3 into there, 1.7 times n, take away 3. The answer is going to be 2.1. Which term will be the first whole number in this sequence? Well, it's only worth 1 mark, so don't try and go through every single number till you get the answer, okay? Think about it, guys. If it's a decimal, just multiplying by 10 would change 1.7 to a whole number. 1.7 times 10 is 17. Take away 3 is 14. So the first whole number would have to be the 10th term. A rectangle has sides of length that form an expression in terms of A for the perimeter. Okay, so we do that times that and that times that. So 2 times 3A is 6A. 2 times minus 7 is minus 14. And of course, there's 2 of them, because there's that one there. And of course, it's got to be the same in that length. That's going to give me 12A minus 28. So 5A plus 4, and then 5A plus 4. 5 and 5 is going to be 10A plus 8. So what we're going to do now to find the expression is we're going to take both of those, well, all 4 of them, and we're just going to bring them all together, okay? So 12A plus 10A is 22A, minus 28 plus 8 is minus 20. And that is the answer to the question, okay? Question 11. Okay, so yeah, it's a pie chart one, obviously, but quite wordy. But I think the maths is pretty straightforward, though. So we have this one here, a pie chart for people North Wales and South Wales who are part-time, and North Wales and South Wales who are full-time. So 246 members in total. That's from the 150 plus 96. What's the probability of a person being chosen who works at a site in North Wales? So we know the answer is going to be out of 246 because there's 246 in total. So the question is, how many is in each? So let's do this side first. So for this one here, we know that that's 90 degrees. So 90 divided by 360 times 96. So 90 divided by 360 times 96, and the answer is 24. So we know there's 24 of them in North Wales there. And then same thing here. That's going to be 144 degrees. So it's going to be 144 divided by 360 times 150, because there's 150 in total. Don't forget now, you're doing the reverse pie chart because the angles have been given to you. Obviously, if you were doing a conventional pie chart, it would be 144 divided by, sorry, it'd be the amount that you've got divided by the total times 360. So you're looking for the angle. But in this question, they've given you the angle already. So you're going in reverse. And if you put that in a calculator, you'll get an answer of 60. So add the two together now. 60 and 24 is 84 out of 300 and, sorry, not 300, 246. Now they don't want the answer in its simplest form, so just leave it like that, okay? You know what's happening here, guys. Usual thing, lies between 2 and 3. So again, you're going to do your 2.1, and my x is going to be that, and when I put it into this, I get an answer of 15.561. Obviously, you won't get this as your answer, as I've said on other videos. That is too small compared to 20, so now we go to 2.2. And of course, if you put 2.2 in, you get 17.248. And then we just keep going and keep going. 2.3. I already worked these out for you, okay? So I'm just saving you a bit of time. So don't forget, you're just plugging these numbers into there and into there. And of course, I'll just give you one example. This is the way I like to do it on the calculator. So 2.1 cubed to the power of 3 plus 3 lots of 2.1 push equals, oops, what happened there? Oh, okay, I'll see what I've done wrong there. I forgot to put the plus there. There we go. There we go. 15.561, okay? And then what's handy using this one is you could just go like that, delete the numbers and just change them. So I'm going to change this to 2.4 now. And there you go, 21.024. Right, what you're after now is the scenario where you're going too low and too high. You see, 21.024 is too high. So we now know that that there is too low, that there is too high. So we need to go in between the numbers, okay? And of course, if you're going to go in between the numbers, you're then going to start using, let's say, 2.35. Well, if you put 2.35 now in your calculator, you will get an answer of 20.027. And if you put 2.34 into your calculator, you're going to get an answer of 18.140. There we go, of 18.140, okay? So we know that 2.35 is too high. So the answer is obviously going to lie, it's going to be 2.34 something, which means that to one decimal place, the answer has to be 2.3. So the answer is going to be 2.3 to one decimal place. Okay, don't forget, you will never get the correct solution to this. You've just got to just keep trying these numbers to get as close as you can. It's very important though. I should have done it on here actually. Show the examiner as well, you know, by saying it's too low, too high, and then going in between, okay? Show that the triangle below is not a right angle triangle. Okay, so how do you show that it's not right angled? Well, we know that a triangle, the angles add up to 180 degrees. So 2x plus 9 plus x plus 20 plus 5x minus 17 equals 180 degrees. Let's tidy her up now. So 2x plus 1x plus 5x is 8x. Okay, and then here you've got the numbers now. Don't forget the negative belongs to the 17. So 29 take away 17 is 12. That is equal to 180. So 8x is equal to 180 minus 12, which is going to be 168. So 8x is equal to 168, which means that x is equal to 168 divided by 8 is 21. Now you've got to show that it's not right angled. And the way we do that is you take your answer now. You take that answer and you're going to substitute it into there, into there, and into there. And all of your answers should be should not be equal to 90 degrees basically, okay? So 5x minus 17, so 5 times 21 minus 17. Then the next one is going to be 21 plus 20. And then the last one is 2 lots of 21 plus 9. And then you just work these out. So that's going to be 105, take away 17, which gives you so 5, that's going to be 88, I think. Then 21 plus 20 is 41. And then 2 times 21 is 42, 49 is 51. So a quick check, 80, 120, 170, 178, yeah, 180. And you can see that none of these answers are 90 degrees. And then, of course, trigonometry. Calculate the length of the side AB. So x there, opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. I'm looking for adjacent and they're giving me h. So it's a cosine question. Cos. So I'm looking for A. So if you covered A, it's a times question. So it's cos 41 times 13.8. I'm putting that onto your calculator. Will give you an answer of 10.4 centimeters. And then 15. Nice question here, guys. Just a couple of expansions. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 7 is 7x. And then that times that is 3x squared. That times that is minus 4x. Minus 15x. Plus 20. Now to simplify the middle, so you've got 3x squared minus 19x plus 20. That is the answer to that question there, okay? And then B, yeah, a lot of students really struggle with this next one because of the inequalities. So Sarah buys to sell antique clocks. On Monday, Sarah had N clocks. So obviously we don't know how many she's got, so we just call that N. At the end of the day on Tuesday, she had 5 times as many clocks as she had on Monday. And on Wednesday, she sold 27 clocks. At the end of the day on Wednesday, Sarah had fewer clocks than she had on Monday. Write down an inequality in terms of N that shows this information. Okay, so Tuesday, she had 5 times as many. So on Tuesday, she had 5N. Then on Wednesday, she sold 27. So it's going to be, she's going to have sold 27 less than what she did on Tuesday. So it's going to be 5N minus 27. And then this is the critical statements that at the end of the day on Wednesday, she had fewer clocks than she had on Monday. So on Monday, she had N clocks. So it's 5N minus 27 is less than N. And that's the inequality that they require. Solve the inequality to find the greatest number of clocks. Okay, so bring the N's together. I take small to big, just to keep everything nice and positive. So 5N minus N is less than, I'll take the 27 across, so 27, which is, sorry, not 6N. Do that again. 5 take away 1 is 4N, is less than 27, and N is less than 27 divided by 4, which is going to give me an answer of 6, yeah? So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. It's going to be 6.75, so N must be less than 6.75. It's got to be a whole number because you can't sell, 3/4 of a clock. So n must be less than 6. That's the greatest number, okay? Sorry, I'll say that again. It shouldn't be less than. N is less than 6.75, so the answer is going to be 6 clocks is the greatest number. 16. A number when increased by 4% is equal to n. Which of the following calculation would give you the original number? Well, all you got to do then is, if it's an increase of 4%, it's 100% increase plus 4% increase plus the 4%. So it's the original amount plus the 4% increase. So 4% as a decimal is 0.04. So the answer is 1.04. N divided by 1.04, which is that one there. The number shown on each diagram below is 20% greater than the number shown on the previous diagram. Find the number that should be drawn in diagram number 6. Okay, so the number shown on each diagram below is 20% greater than the number shown on the previous diagram. So 20% of 100 is 20. Added to 100 becomes 120. 20% of 120 is 24. Added back to 20 is 144. So you're now going to do 20% of 144. Well, 10% is 14.4. Two of them. I know you've got your calculators to use, guys. Okay, so that's fine. Which is 39.2. Then added to oh, I've just realised what the question is asking me. I do apologise. What should be on question 6? It's asking on diagram 6. Ah, right. Okay, so that's going to be 144 plus 39 is 183.2. So 183.2. Just for the sake of visual purposes, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to change the height, okay? So 183.2. And then just keep going now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So diagram 5. So if we do 20% times 183.2 plus 183.2, I get 219.84. 219.84, and then finally the last one. Okay, so I now need to do 20% of that. 20% times the answer that we just had plus the original amount, which was 219.84, and the answer I get is 263.8. And then finally, I think, yep, factorize. Right, brilliant trick on here, guys, with the calculator. Make it look like it's you that's done it. Times plus. Draw two brackets. We know this has got to start with x. Go on your calculator. Menu. Go all the way down to the bottom here. Polynomial. Degree 2. X squared is worth 1. Minus 4. Minus 12. Push equals. Now, your first solution is 6. and the other one is -2. So you do the opposite signs in the bracket. So 6 was your first one, so -6. And then -2, so it's +2. So what we're now going to do, make it equal to 0, because this is equal to 0. And to solve it, you just take each one. X minus 6 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 6. X minus 2, sorry, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to -2, which is exactly what they've got on your calculator there, okay? 6 and -2. Okay? Sorry, it's just, can I just come back to this one for a minute, guys? Because can I just recheck this one here? By my standards, this is very untidy, okay? So I'm going to do this again. So we've got, let's go to diagram number 4. Okay, 20% of that, 20% times 144 is 28.8. So we're going to do 144 plus that answer, which is 172.8. Yeah, I think I must have done something wrong there. That's diagram number 4. So diagram number 5 is going to be 20% times that answer, which is 34.56, plus 172.8, which is 207.36. And then finally, for diagram 6, 20% times the answer, which is 41.472 plus 207.36, 248.832. So 248.832. Yeah, that's the answer I should have needed there, okay? Right then can I just go back to this quickly anyway? For those of you who do know what you're doing, just need a recap, the way you do this mentally is you think of two numbers you multiply to give you that and add to give you that. Well, -6 times +2 is -12, -6 plus 2 is -4. So it's the same thing, okay? But the calculator will do it all for you anyway. Oh, there we go. So that's that paper done, and then I will just keep pulling them all on. I'll try and do the 2020s in my next sitting, okay? Thank you.